Hey there guys, it's Carly. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about books, my summer reading recommendations, and also all of the books that I plan to read in 2022. So if that's something you're keen to see, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into the video. So for me, summer reading is all about finding books that can be read on hot days at the beach. Summer is about relaxation, setting intentions, and preparing both physically and mentally for a new year. So the 5 books that I have curated for my summer reading are all about really honing in on living my best life and just creating like an uplifting and fun atmosphere. My first of the 5 summer books is a book of poetry. It is Violent Bent Backwards Over the Grass. It's actually written by Lana Del Rey and it's really beautiful. It's got both pictures and poems throughout, and so is a very sort of aesthetic book of poetry, also visually aesthetic if you want to pop it on your coffee table. Next up, I've got 2 that are very similar, and these are much loved reads of mine. I've got The Year of Less by Kate Flanders, How I Stopped Shopping, Gave Away My Belongings, and Discovered Life is More Than Anything You Can Buy in a Store. If you are looking to start your minimalist journey or want to do a low buy and no buy, any sort of decluttering, or really just change some of your habits in the new year, this book is a must. And then this one, The Me Without, it's by Jacqueline Raposo, The Year I Quit Social Media, Shopping, Sugar and More in Pursuit of Happiness. Each month she does a different monthly challenge, whether it's quitting social media, stopping shopping. She sets herself a challenge for a certain amount of time and has documented the entire process. I feel like these 2 are really good read together. They have that sort of similar vibe about changing your life, changing your mindset, your values, and definitely something to be read during the summertime when you're starting out fresh for the new year. My last 2 are also similar in theme, and these are more wellness and beauty. I've got High Vibrational Beauty, Recipes and Rituals for Radical Self-Care. And then I've got Whole Beauty by Shiva Rose, Daily Rituals and Natural Recipes for Lifelong Beauty and Wellness. I feel like these ones are really good in the summertime when you want just like a little bit of a glow up, bit of a body and skin refresh, and you're out there, you know, soaking up the sunshine, living like a more relaxed life, and you want to take a little bit of time to care for yourself. These are the 2 books that I go back to sort of help me prep and get into that new year mode and enjoy my summer holidays before I have to get back into the school year. So those are my 5 uplifting high vibe books I'm going to be reading this summer. However, when it comes to my 2022 reading list, at the end of 2021, I put in a massive Amazon book order. It took a while for them all to come in, but finally all of my 2021 books are here, and I'm keen to show you guys what's going to be on my reading list for this year. I've got a nice variety of things, so let's get into it. I'm gonna start off with some of my more lifestyle books. I picked up this little book of Hugo, The Danish Way to Live Well, and I've already started reading this one already. It's just got like sort of different cute little chapters and uplifting images throughout of like what is Hugo and how you can create a more Hugo home and lifestyle. And then in a similar vein, I also got Lagom, The Swedish Art of Balanced Living. And this one says, not too little, not too much, just right. By living Lagom, you can reduce your environmental impact, improve your work-life balance, free your home from clutter, become a more conscious consumer, cherish the relationships with those you love, enjoy food the Swedish way, grow your own and learn to forage, enjoy healthy exercise in nature, and live a happier and more balanced life. And I got a lot happening in 2022, so I am definitely in need of some Lagom living principles. And then along a very similar vein there, I've also got Seeking Slow, Reclaim Moments of Calm in Your Day. And this one says, are you being consumed by never-ending to-do lists? Yes. Are you working harder and enjoying less? My gosh, this person's like reading my diary. If daily life feels too hectic, it's time to discover the beauty of slow living. Being fully present and intentional with your time allows you to embrace the wholehearted moments that are right in front of you every day. Take time to consider what your slow moments are, whether that is going for a walk, learning to meditate, picking up a new hobby, reading a book, or simply taking a long deep breath during a busy day. This is definitely something I want to incorporate more into my life. I feel like I'm really like in a constant state of stress most of the time, and I definitely want to be able to connect with more slow living practices and go back to more natural ways of living. That's definitely part of my goals for this year. If you haven't checked out my 2022 goals, vision board, all of that video, make sure that you go check that out. But this definitely aligns with kind of the lifestyle I'm looking to live. Along a similar vein to that, I picked up a non-fiction, Untamed, Stop Pleasing, Start Living by Glennon Doyle. And this one says, for many years, New York Times bestselling author Glennon Doyle denied her discontent. Then one day at a conference, she glanced up at a woman and 3 words flooded her mind. There she is. At first, Glennon assumed these words came from on high, but soon she realized they'd come from within. This was the voice she'd buried beneath decades of numbing addictions and social conditioning. Glennon decided to let go of the world's expectations of her and reclaim her true untamed self. I'm definitely in a stage of moving from one stage of my life to the next, where hopefully I can start shedding all of those pleasing people habits that I have sort of unconsciously adopted over years, and hopefully this book will give me some tips and yeah, sort of empower me in my own journey. Next up, I also bought 3 books of poetry. First one is Pillow Thoughts to Healing the Heart by Courtney Peppernil. I actually got given Pillow Thoughts 1 as a birthday present a couple of years ago. It was a very sort of emotionally moving book of poetry, and I thought that I would pick up the second in the series and see how I like it. And then I got these 2, which are pretty popular and well known, Milk and Honey and The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce their last name, but I'm really keen to sort of have a look at both of these. I've been getting into reading a bit more poetry lately, so I'll let you know how they go. I picked up one sort of health and wellness book, and it's the Book of Length, Self-Care Practices to Enhance Immunity, Health and Beauty by Lisa Levitt Gainsley. And I actually heard about this book. I was listening to the Skinny Confidential podcast when she was on that, and she was obviously promoting her book as well. So I thought that I would give that a read. I'm always really looking into how I can sort of improve my own health and wellness, and I've already started reading this. I find that the first sort of half of it is super scientific of like what is the lymphatic system, but now we're getting into sort of lymphatic self-massage and how you can sort of incorporate different self-massage sequences for whatever your ailment might be. I also got 4 Christian books, and I made a little bit of an error in the sense that I love Transformation Church, Michael Todd's Relationship Goals series. So I bought these 2 relationship goals books. This one's a study guide and this one's the 30 days relationship goals challenge. But I think when I bought this study guide, I thought that it was like a study guide with the book, not necessarily that it was a study guide of the book, and that you kind of actually had to have a separate relationship goals book in order to access the study guide. So, and then 2 other Christian books I got was the Book of James, Practical Insights for Everyday Christian Living, James, A Biblical Study by Joyce Meyer. Next up, I got Rhythms of Renewal, Trading Stress and Anxiety for a Life of Peace and Purpose. And this is, I guess, just a little bit of a Christian take on the stressful lives we are committing ourselves to these days and how we can sort of rest in God's peace, which I'm very much looking forward to doing, and it sort of links in with my slow living books. I think I've got a very significant theme happening across my book selection. I've got 6 more books and they are all fiction, and actually this one I did not buy. I borrowed it from my sister, Gone Girl by Jillian Flynn, And I've seen the movie. It's very thrilling and suspenseful, but if you haven't seen the movie, it is on Netflix. I encourage you to watch it if you don't mind like a little bit of gory scenes. But it says there are two sides to every story. Who are you? What have you done to each other? These are the questions Nick Dunn finds himself asking on the morning of his 5th wedding anniversary, when his wife Amy suddenly disappears. The police suspect Nick. Amy's friends reveal that she was afraid of him, that she kept secrets for him. He swears it isn't true. A police examination of his computer shows strange searches. He says they weren't made by him, and then there are the persistent calls on his mobile phone. So what did happen to Nick's beautiful wife? And actually most of the books that I got are sort of more thrillery. I've got a few sort of romance ones as well, but the other two more like thriller crime ones I got was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. On the back it says, the case is closed. 5 years ago, schoolgirl Andy Bell was murdered by Sal Singh. The police know he did it. Everyone in town knows he did it. But having grown up in the same small town that was consumed by the murder, Pippa Fitz and Moby isn't so sure. When she chooses the case as the topic for her final year project, she starts to uncover secrets that someone in town desperately wants to stay hidden. And if the real killer is still out there, how far will they go to keep Pip from the truth? And then the last sort of crimey one I got was One of Us is Lying. A geek, a jock, a criminal, a princess, a murderer. Who would you believe? By Karen M. McManus. And it says on the back, 5 students walk into detention, only 4 leave alive. Yale hopeful Bronwyn has never publicly broken a rule. Sports star Cooper only knows that he's doing what he's doing in the baseball diamond. Bad boy Nate is one misstep away from a life of crime. Prom queen Addie is holding together the cracks in her perfect life. And outsider Simon, creator of the notorious gossip app at Bayview High, won't ever talk about any of them again. He dies 24 hours before he could post their deepest secrets online. Investigators conclude it's no accident. All of them are suspects. Everyone has secrets, right? What really matters is how far they'll go to protect them. Ooh, very mysterious. I love it. And I've got 3 more, and they're all more like romancy style ones. I've got The Last Mrs. Parrish by Liv Constantine. All she wanted was the life she deserved until she got it. How far would you go to make all of your dreams come true? Amber Patterson is tired of being a nobody, an invisible woman who melts into the background. She deserves more. She deserves a life of wealth, luxury, and leisure. Daphne Parrish is a golden girl of Bishop's Harbour, Connecticut. With her model looks, her picture-perfect mansion, and her millionaire husband, Jackson, she has everything Amber wants. Amber's envy could eat her alive if she didn't have a plan. Before long, she's become Daphne's closest friend and is catching the eye of Jackson. But a skeleton from her past could destroy everything, and if discovered, Amber's well-laid plan may end in disaster. Ooh, okay, so a bit of romance, a bit of mystery there as well. And my last 2 are by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love her. I've read a few of her other books, and this one was recommended to me, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Reclusive Hollywood movie icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique Grant for the job, no one's more astounded than Monique herself. Why her? Why now? Summoned to Evelyn's luxurious apartment, Monique listens in fascination as the actress tells her story, from making her way to Los Angeles in the 1950s to her decision to leave show business in the 80s, and of course, the 7 husbands along the way. Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship, and great forbidden love. Monique begins to feel a very real connection to the legendary star, but as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in tragic and irreversible ways. And then the last one is One True Loves. A moving love story about a woman unexpectedly forced to choose between the husband she has long thought dead and the fiancé who's finally brought her back to life. In her 20s, Emma marries her high school sweetheart Jesse. They build a life for themselves, living life to the fullest and seizing every opportunity for adventure. On their first wedding anniversary, Jesse's in a helicopter over the Pacific when it goes missing. Just like that, Jesse's gone forever. Years later, now in her 30s, Emma runs to an old friend Sam and finds herself falling in love again. When Emma and Sam get engaged, it feels like Emma's second chance at happiness. That is, until Jesse's found. He's alive, and all these years he's been trying to come home to her. With a husband and fiance, Emma has to now figure out who she is and what she wants. Who is her one true love? Emma knows she has to listen to her heart. She's just not sure what it's saying. So that is my 2022 reading list. I've got a heap of books. I've already sort of started dabbling into a few of them. My problem is I can't sort of read one book at a time. I always have maybe like 4 going at once and do a chapter and a chapter there and a chapter here and a chapter there, because I get a little bit bored, but I've got a nice variety of books to keep me going throughout the year. It's going to be a busy year ahead for me, but reading is one of those practices that helps me to relax and to just, yeah, take that mindful moment in every day. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. I put out new videos every week. With that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.